Amen.
Nadu Odibowani Kose Browa. Ekene Maria, Egyptian na Gracia, Osebru Anonyeli, Idingos Nechti Boronine, Ojazingos Puma forgive Jesu.
Maria, son, Nenke Chubun, Yabalandinda, Kita Amen.
Okwe Melaro, Ekene Maria, Egyptian na Gracia, Osebru Anonyeli, Idingos Nechti Boronine, Ojazingos Puma forgive Jesu.
Maria, son, Nenke Chubun, Yabalandinda, Kita Amen.
Gabalanya, your own name, Ketikujaso. Ayo, I know you to killing a glass. I know that Carbon and the where my little love Christian Wally. Still not fear no fear. Where but I know still not beaten away. Still a Christian. Amen. What's told the rain and one among so. What's told the rain and one among so. What's told the rain and one among so. Pablo Bindini no Galaga. Pablo befaz leaking and
Amen.
Onye nwanyị nọnyere ụlọ ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụlọ nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ.
Amen.
Ebele abịala site na nkwado ndị Love Bite Foods and Beverages Limited Nnobi. Ndị na-alụpụta Love Bite Bread nọ na nọmba 1 Nwosu Maduka Close, Nnobi 081 49 82 82 54.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are looking for a new Nigeria,
you can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good evening and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM News Update. Today, Thursday, the 23rd day of March 2023. And the time is 3 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifan Shuku Ekeze is my name. The headlines. We have built cyber stalking case against detained activist Chude Nnamdi. Police. Ibazo hails Oti, asks opponents not to distract Abia governor-elect with litigations. Water Conference. United Nations agencies call for more investment in WASH. Abia residents celebrate Oti's victory with free drinks, fireworks. Swearing in Tinubu, Adejobi said the police received a petition complaining about the campaigners' activities on social media. Chude is being investigated by the Nigerian Police Force National Cyber Crime Center, MPF, NCC, Abuja for cyber stalking, the police stated. According to the police, Chude's social media activities contravene the provision of Section 24 of the Cyber Crimes Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Act 2015 and other criminal laws. The police have established a prima facie case against Chude, while his case file has been forwarded to the First Legal Department for further action, the statement continued. Unverified reports of Chude's arrest surfaced online on March 18th, the day of the Nigerian gubernatorial and state House of Assembly elections. Chude's March 18th Twitter feed featured a handful of direct tweets from him and numerous retweets, all covering the elections in real time nationwide. On March 19th, the governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, issued a statement confirming Chude's arrest. Soludo said that Anambra State government had no information about the specific allegations or basis of his arrest. The police did not announce the identity of the person who petitioned against Chude's social media activity. On Twitter, However, Soludo is the other person aside from the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu who Shude made pointed tweets about. Shude tweeted at Soludo by 4:12 p.m. saying, #breaking, Apga talks are rampage in Transankere, Nkisi, 3-3 and Awada snatching ballot boxes. LP is winning comfortably across Anambra. I can't remember the last time I heard of ballot box snatching in Anambra. This is the heart of it. At CC Soludo has taken us back to Mbanuju era. The All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, is the ruling party in Anambra State. A few minutes before the Soludo post, Shude had tweeted at Sanwo-Olu, what is happening in Lagos State isn't an election but a state-sponsored terror attack. Ajide Sanwo-Olu is masterminder. Hold him responsible. Shude is a public supporter of the Labour Party and his presidential candidate, Peter Obi. Ibazu hails Oti, asks opponents not to distract Abia governor-elect with litigations. The incumbent advised the other candidates, including his party man, Oke Ahiwe, not to distract the incoming governor with court cases. The governor of Abia State, Okeze Ibazu, has congratulated the Labour Party candidate and winner of the March 18 governorship election in the state, Alex Oti. The incumbent, in a statement shortly after the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC declared Oti as the winner of the poll, said the Labour Party candidate fought a long battle over a very long period of time and should be commended for his staying power and resilience. The governor and the chieftain of People's Democratic Party (PDP) also urged all Oti's opponents, including his party's candidate Oke Ahiwe, not to distract the incoming governor with court cases. Oti trounced his main rival like PDP's Ahiwe and Enyinaya Mwafo of the Young People's Party (YPP). Oti scored 175,467. Ahiwe polled 88,529, while Mwafo got 28,972. The Labour Party candidate also won 10 of the 17 local government areas in the state. PDP got 6, while the YPP got 1. Oti won at his third attempt. He was the candidate of the All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA) in the 2015 and 2019 elections. Ibazo, in a statement signed by his chief press secretary Onyebuchi Emanaka, said the governor-elect must see his victory. He also saluted the other candidates who took part in the election, especially the PDP candidates, for their doggedness. He advised the candidates not to distract the incoming governor with court cases. Having myself spent about 3.5 years in different courts and having experienced firsthand the distraction such cases can cause a leader, I appeal to every candidate in this election not to distract the incoming administration with court cases so that they will settle down and deal with the very demanding business of governance, Ibazo was quoted as saying. Let us break this negative trend of subjecting our governors to endless litigations and allow them to concentrate on providing good governance. Ibazo assured Oti that he would put in place every necessary measure to ensure a seamless transition. Water Conference. United Nations calls for more investment in WASH. The World Health Organization and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, on Wednesday called on all nations to invest in better access to water, sanitation, and hygiene, WASH for all. The United Nations agencies made the call in a joint statement coinciding with the 2023 United Nations Water Conference in New York. Some 2 billion people still have no access to safe drinking water, and 3.6 billion use sanitation services that leave human waste untreated. Access to safer water and sanitation offer a pathway to social and economic progress by supporting community health and productivity. The world needs to progress 4 times faster to achieve universal access to adequate WASH services by 2030, while progress needs to happen even faster across sensitive content and poorest countries. Abia residents celebrate Oti's victory with free drinks, fireworks. Jubilation erupted spontaneously in the major towns of Umuahia and Aba on Wednesday after INEC declared Dr. Alex Oti of the Labour Party the winner of March 18th governorship election. Newsman reports that the jubilant residents of the 2 cities danced around the major streets and made bonfire on the roads. Fireworks of various kinds also rented the air as part of the celebration. Tricycle operators trooped to the streets, driving hastily in celebration of Labour Party's victory. Newsmen also report that drinks were freely offered to people on the streets, in shops, and relaxation spots in the cities. It was also learned that Arochukwu and Ohafia, the hometowns of the governor-elect and his deputy, Mr. Ikechukwu Eletu, respectively, were also in celebration mood. The people chanted different songs, thanking God over the end of PDP's 24 years of misrule. A cross-section of the people said that they were celebrating the fall of PDP in Abia, an emergence of a new dawn. The state chairman of the Civil Liberties Organization, Dr. Charles Chinekezi, said that he was happy that the votes of Abia people could count in the election. He said that Oti's government would change the narrative and put an end to the era of non-payment of workers' salaries, multiple taxation, and unfulfilled promises. With Oti's record of achievements, Abia people are sure to have a new lease of life, he said. A businessman in Aba, Mr. Michael Mba, said that he is very happy because Abia would witness sustainable development with Oti on the saddle. Also, Mrs. Nneka Oyebula said that Oti's government will surpass the performance of the outgoing administration of OKC Bazo. She said that she was happy because Abia would experience greater transformation under Oti. She therefore urged the citizenry to join hands with the new government to deliver the expected result. Mrs. Sandra Okeshi said that her joy was informed by her beliefs that Oti's administration will enthrone all-round development in infrastructure, social amenities, health, education, and regular payment of salaries to the civil servants. She said that she was eager to see how a new party in power in Abia would impact the rest of the people. This is why I'm excited to see a Labour Party, Okeshi said. Swearing in Tinubu will end democracy in Nigeria. Baba-Ahmed, Labour Party vice presidential candidate, once. Vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP, Yusuf Baba Datti Ahmed, yesterday warned that Nigeria's democracy was under threat unless steps were taken to address the flaws that saw the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, declaring All Progressive Congress APC candidate Bola Tinubu as winner. He claimed Nigeria has no president-elect given the irregularities and breach of the Electoral Act and Constitution of Nigeria in declaring Tinubu winner. He warned that democracy could end on May 29, 2023 if Tinubu, who he claimed had not met the constitutional provisions to be declared winner of the February 25th poll, is inaugurated. Baba-Ahmed, who spoke on a national television program, alleged that the certificate of return issued to Tinubu was a death certificate as it was against the provisions of Section 134 of the 1999 Constitution, which states that anybody that would be declared president-elect must win 25% of votes cast in at least 2/3 of the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. As it is, Tinubu did not get 25% votes in the FCT, and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, did not get 25% votes in the FCT. Labour Party is the only one that scored 25% votes in the FCT. We had 61% votes. As it is in Nigeria, there is no president-elect. An unconstitutional government must never be sworn in because that will be the end of democracy. This democracy will end on May 29, the way we are going. The Labour Party vice presidential candidate also decried the entire process of the poll, saying it fell below standard. He claimed Labour Party won the presidential election but was denied by INEC. We came third according to the figures released to the INEC, but in reality, we came first. It is unfortunate, tragic that all promises that were made were dashed, he said. He blamed INEC for sitting by and watched electoral laws flouted during the electioneering process. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Uganda, new anti-LGBTQ law restricts media and activists too. Journalists in Uganda are wary over the new anti-homosexuality bill that is making its way into law, providing for harsher punishment for the country's LGBTQ community. Journalists and publishers could face prosecution and imprisonment for publishing, broadcasting, or distributing content deemed to advocate for the rights of LGBTQ people. The provision have sparked fear in media circles. We have a problem, says Francis Ayabona, a Kampala-based news editor. The Journalists Act talks about balance and fairness. We are supposed to be independent-minded. We are supposed to be objective. When you begin to infringe on the rights and freedoms of a media person, then you are denying information to the public, Ahabona told newsmen. One news reporter who requested anonymity told reporters she is puzzled by the inclusion of the media in the new legislation. Lawmakers should have consulted communications experts before proposing such clauses in the draft law. She says, if a journalist or a media house is being held accountable for exposing homosexuality or homosexual who they are fighting, that means they are just hiding their their heads in the sand. It cannot be both ways, she said. They would have requested us to support them, but it is like they are telling us to leave them, don't touch them, the Uganda reporter added. Individuals and institutions found to support or fund LGBTQ rights advocacy work, those who publish, broadcast, or distribute literature deemed pro LGBTQ could face prosecution and imprisonment. Uganda made world headlines and sparked fear in 2010 when a newspaper revealed the identities of alleged members of the LGBTQ community. The controversial bill also makes provision for a life sentence for anyone convicted of grooming or trafficking children for purposes of engaging them in homosexual activities. The bill prescribes the death penalty for the sexual abuse of a child, a person with a disability, or a vulnerable person. President Yoweri Museveni has 30 days to assent or reject the anti-homosexuality bill, which received broad government and the public support. The majority of lawmakers have hailed the anti-homosexuality bill as comprehensive and argued that it is geared toward protecting traditional family values and Uganda's diverse culture. This is where we draw the curtain on news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. We have built cyber stalking case against detained activist Chude Nnamdi. Police. Ibazo hails Uti, asks opponents not to distract Abia governor-elect with litigations. Water conference, UN agencies call for more investment in WASH. Abia residents celebrate Uti's victory with free drinks, fireworks. Swearing in Tinubu will end democracy in Nigeria. Baba-Ahmed, the Labour Party vice presidential candidate, warns. Uganda, new anti-LGBTQ law restricts media and activists too. You just listened to news update on Ebonadi 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifeanyuchukwu Ekezie. Thank you for listening. Good evening. So thanks.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5